has to have. Does Coca-Cola taste as good as it did when you were a kid? Does Labatt's or Budweiser have any resemblance whatsoever to decent beer? Another example, and some of you may know there's a worldwide Coca-Cola boycott starting too. You know, what sent people over the edge was the accusations that they've had union leaders assassinated in Colombia and all. Well, I'd heard years earlier that they also had competitors killed off in Central America. You know, Coke is it, or else, sort of thing. So, and sometimes even very successful. There was a campus boycott of Taco Bell for 2 or 3 years in the United States over how badly they treated their tomato pickers in Florida. And eventually they raised the tomato pickers' wages. Not much, but it made a difference, and the boycott was declared a success. So there's the insurrection of the wallet for you. And as hard as it is these days to find meaningful work that'll actually pay the bills long term, so you don't wind up my age living in a rat hole with roommates you can't stand, try not to work for them. But if you must work for them, just remember the digital age has ushered in a whole new frontier of sabotage on the job. And don't hate the media, become the media. And that means not just supporting, not participating in all the underground zines exploding and trading information or Guardian articles or whatever on the internet, and, you know, many people starting their own blogs now, which is kind of a double-edged sword. It's great, more people getting out there and expressing an opinion to counter Fox News and everything else, but some people are so frustrated with doctored news they'll believe anything if it's in a blog. And bloggers are basically loudmouths like me, rather than real journalists who've done the research and the muckraking and all. So it's worth keeping that in mind. And don't just spread anything on the net like the gruesome details of my shooting death that lit up news groups like Christmas trees a few years ago.
I heard the vigil.
Yeah, right. I'm sure you did. You're starting to mouth along with what I'm saying.
I feel like the record is my version of the sing-along.
La 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 la. No, why don't we can all sing along with Bush and Cheney, though, and Rumsfeld, them all dancing Ring Around the Rosie in a circle. Kill, 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 kill the poor. Kill, 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 kill the poor. There you go. That's a sing-along. They probably do that every day with their hands over their hearts. Anyway, becoming the media, especially in this day and age, means, you're right, especially when Harper somehow got in, and from what I hear, there's large elements of the population electorate in B.C. who are no more enlightened about things than Albertans are in many ways. That you have a religious right that's fairly strong here now and all, which means countering people, you know, we're just going up to people one-on-one at home, school, work, family, and if they start spouting that kind of bullshit or pro-war bullshit or, oh, we got to crack down on immigration so those brown people don't screw up my ability to put food on the table, it's all their fault, sort of bullshit, don't just tune them out as being stupid or rednecks or unreachable. Sit down and talk to them. Don't argue, communicate. Very tough sometimes, very stomach-churning, and sometimes you're really going to get put down, but somebody's got to plant seeds. Sometimes when you offer these things up, they might dismiss it, but then maybe wake up another day, week, year later, wait a minute, that was right. And I found the best argument against the war, even with people with an American flag decal on the back of their Arnold mobile, SUV or whatever, is just to point out that the war on terrorism, or SWAT, the war as it's run now, especially in Iraq, is piss poor military strategy. I want to be safe from terrorism too. I don't want to get blown up by fake vitamin water assembled in a laboratory 6 miles over the Arctic and crash to my death. Not my fondest wish. But the way this war on terror is being running now, every time we go to the Middle East, kill a bunch of people, take people's land, take their resources, kill their asses, kill their children, all we're doing is planting the seeds for more Osama bin Ladens, more Al-Qaedas, more suicide bombers, thus making our own countries and our own lives less and less and less safe. Not good military strategy. And the best one, at least it's a start, on the anti-immigration, it's the fault of all the welfare people and homeless people, it's the fault of the poor people, and people are getting poorer like me. No, just point out, look, it's actually all these global corporations that are trying to cut people's benefits down, get rid of unions, rip people off any way they can before they export your job in Mexico or a slave camp in China, and every time we give them any of our money, we are their serfs. Or vote for their puppets, or forget to vote at all, and then puppets get in anyway. Don't, as much as possible, don't support these people. That's why just, being smarter with your money with the chain stores is a great thing you can turn other people onto as a first step and see where they take it from there.